gratitude to the county fair board for what they're doing. I went to the beef show last night and, talking to people, and they were like, I've been here since 3 o'clock in the morning, going home to shower, get a couple hours and coming back. But that fair board, and maybe it'll get me some points with my wife to thank her specifically because she's on there. But just to thank all of them for all the work that they're doing and all the volunteers that have come together, because that, again, everybody knows that this fair was different, for some bad reasons, but they were able to come together, and it's pretty cool to see them still be able to get out there and do that for the kids and to get this thing done. So if you see any fair board members or anybody associated with it, say thank you, because they are working very, very hard. So I appreciate that.
It's well said, sir. Piggybacking on that, I just wanted to one more time highlight the fact that the livestock sale is on Saturday. It's a little bit earlier than we normally run it. Lunch will be served at 11:30, and then the sale is at 1:30. You do have to buy tickets to the lunch. I think sales ended yesterday, but if you ask nicely, I'm sure they'd probably let you sneak in. So if you're able to, if you've never been to the livestock sale, please go. It's super fun. You might end up throwing down a couple $1,000 on a pig. My wife has not given me the green light yet, but we're still working on it. And yes, thank you to the fair board. Thank you to the 4-H and FFA families that have been flexible with the rescheduling and the modified logistics of the fair this year. I had an opportunity to talk to a couple of those young people yesterday, and one of them was from Rye, has been displaced by the fire, and the other young man, he lives out in the county, but he has been over there at the fairgrounds every single day helping feed and water, and that's the case with so many of those high school aged FFA and ag kids, FFA 4-H kids. They've been over there helping. They're just hardworking kids, good leaders. They can talk to adults. I'm always constantly impressed when I talk to those young people. So if you have an opportunity, make it out to the fair, state fairgrounds this weekend around 1:30 and see something really, really fun and unique to Pueblo County, part of our culture and heritage. I wanted to also say this morning, welcome home to the people of Rye. I know it's been a long wait, and we thank you for your patience and your mostly gracious response. Everybody, I think, mostly understands why we've had to wait this long, but I want to say welcome home, and we still will have the rack up and running at Beulah Heights Elementary School out on the south side. And something that I wanted to kind of pitch to the commissioners is, we have our good relationship with the VFC there in Colorado City at the community center. I think it may be a good idea to get some of these resources up closer to them and maybe stage them at the VFC. So that's something I'm gonna pitch to the VFC folks and see if we can, when we're there already on Tuesdays and Fridays, when the county's occupying that space, if we could kind of take some of these more recovery assistance resources up there with us. I wanted to also give a little bit of an update and a shout out to our CART team. That's the Community Animal Response Team. They're the ones that have been doing a lot of the livestock evacuation when the fire first started, but then also the livestock housing and care down at the fairgrounds. They're going to be moving. So now through Sunday, you can still continue to go down there and pick up your animals at the fairgrounds, just like we have been. However, Monday and Tuesday, they're going to be relocating all of those animals up to the 4-Bar S Ranch and the Hudson Ranch off of the Beulah Highway headed out of town. So those folks have been nothing short of heroic during all of this. They've helped so many animals. I think at one point we had like 1,200 animals over there. We're down into the low 300s is my understanding. So there will be a big transition, but we will continue to have a safe place for those animals. And commissioners, I don't know if you knew this, but in our budget, we have for the CSU extension, we have a line item of $1,000 for emergency animal response for the entire year. So there have been some donors that have walked in the door. I can't remember their names offhand, but there have been folks that came to the cart and said, we want to donate specifically to this program. I think that was before they even knew what the budget was. So I think we've doubled or tripled our budget at this point, at least. So thank you to Beth Hayes. Thank you to that entire team, folks from around the state, folks nationally that came down and helped us with that effort, because keeping those animals safe was a big part of this. So I just wanted to shout them out. That's it. Thanks.
Well said, commissioners. I'll wrap it up by saying this fair is unique amongst any that I remember in that you see the agricultural world that we live in Pueblo County severely impacted by a fire. And the kids that raise those animals all year long in 4-H and do that activity, literally having their county fair impacted, but it's really bigger than that. It's our whole county. What represents our county in terms of ranching and all of the things that go into the fair. It's been really incredible to watch. I want to say welcome back to those that are entering Rye today. I think they started at 8 o'clock this morning. I know several that were very anxious to get in. It's been a long 3 weeks for you all to be evacuated, going on 4. And I think all of our community has felt it for you. I have a friend of mine that messaged me a song yesterday, and she literally had lost her home in Beulah, but the song that she sent that I listened to was about Beulah Strong, about how a fire can't take away the people of an area. It can take away the building and the structure, but it can't take away the heart of a community. And listening to that song was really touching because that's really the attitude I've seen in every community, whether it's Rye, Colorado City, Beulah, the city of Pueblo, the Mesa, Pueblo West. We're all in the same boat in Pueblo County. We care about each other. And I think the lesson learned from me of this tragedy is watching people do the extraordinary when they don't have to, pitching in when they don't need to, giving when they have very little, and caring in ways that even the firefighters who have helped us have been overwhelmed by the response of thankfulness. So I want to say thank you, Pueblo County, for walking this through. We've never been through a disaster like this at the county. And I want to reiterate, we know there are great needs for resources and help, and we are surely aware of our lack of ability to help. We do not have the financial capability of helping every need, but what we will do is advocate for our county to have everything that we need. If it's available from state or federal resources, we will ask. But in the end, it's neighbor to neighbor. I think I want to just say that the government can only do so much. It takes nonprofits, it takes you as citizens to help every need. We at the government level are limited, but what we can do is advocate for that partnership with our business community, with our neighbors, with our nonprofits, with our churches. If everybody takes a part of this tragedy and devotes time and help, we will get through it. And so we are entering now the beginning of several long years ahead of us where we won't forget Aspen Acres. And I personally will never forget it. That is a place that my family and I have gone to and taken our fifth wheel and camped at Aspen Acres for family events. And we fished at San Isabel. It is a very personal place for me and my family. I have memories that go back years. And so it is something I'll never forget. And having said that, I want to just say we have more work to do, and this board is committed to doing it. Have we done everything right? I don't know. The history books will go back over the disaster and evaluate our responsiveness, but for where we've been and what we've had to do this last month, it's been a quick turnaround of working with our partners, including our law enforcement, fire departments in various areas. We've all had to stretch to figure out how to navigate, and we will continue to do that. And I just want to say, while I love this song, Beulah Strong, I want to say Pueblo County Strong as well. That's how we'll get through it. Thank you.
Thank you both. Well said. Our next meeting will be July 28th, and we'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned.